A very good morning. In the second session on Business Research Lab, we'll be talking on descriptive statics. We'll be talking about how we are going to conduct frequencies and mean procedures, and then finding out standard deviation. So how we go about it can be essentially learned by going through this particular slide where you can say the steps being mentioned. Do revise them and ensure that you learn them so that when you perform SPSS analysis on your own, you need not relook at this particular page for confirming that the steps we are taking is correct or not. So I'll be mailing you the sheet also later on. So this is for you. Let's move to the question which we'll be doing today. So I'll go for a new share for you, and this new share is this question. So this is here. Now here we go. So we are coming to the part here. So Business Research Lab we are talking about, and we have these questions. We have got exercise 2 where we have got question 1, question 2, and question 3. And what I'll do is question 1 is a question where I have to create a SPSS file and do the test. But so I'll be doing that today with you all in this video itself. And if you look at question number 2 and question number 3, question 2 and 3 will be, you can say, given to you as an assignment along with the SPSS file. You can try these questions and try to answer it. And simultaneously, maybe by the end of the week, for question 2 and 3, I'll be preparing a video and sending you the video so that you can see that how you did the test and how I've done it. And then maybe you can say you can improve upon. So this is how we are moving up. So let's move to question 1, which we'll be studying or doing today. So this is a question on a soccer coach evaluated the impact of 2 different kicking methods, a toe kick and a heel kick, on the effectiveness of kicking a soccer ball. 4 boys and 4 girls kicked a ball using one of the 2 methods, and distance in feet and accuracy on a 1 to 10 scale on the kicks were recorded. The experience level of each kick was also ascertained, with higher values indicating greater experience. Half the children, 2 boys and 2 girls, kicked the ball using a toe kick, and another half kicked the ball using a heel kick. The data are provided in figure 1 for gender. 1 is a code for boys and 2 for girls. And similarly for method, we have got 1 as a code for a toe kick and 2 for heel kick. So this is the data with us. We'll be using this data. And then we will be putting this data in the SPSS file, putting the values there. So let's do, and then try to solve these questions A, B, C, D, and E. So I'll be studying these questions as and when you can say we'll be solving it. So first what we do is we go to, you can say, start the SPSS. So we move and here we go. It is IBM SPSS, which we are clicking. We click here and then we have this summation bar is actually the bar which tells that, okay, fine, this is where the file is. So IBM SPSS 25 I've got IBM SPSS statics 20 also. So let me use 20 only. It will take a while for us to open the file. And meanwhile, what I can do is I can read those questions A, B, C, and D, but then, okay, fine, the file is opening. It will take a bit of time to open. So we have to just look at how much time it takes to open. So this file is there. I'm just closing up because I'll be going for a, you can say, new data set only. So here it is. So this is how we have opened the file. So this untitled file 2 has come up. So I move to data view where I'll be, you can say what I'll be doing. I'll be just moving to my this part, and here we have the data. So the data is with me. So this data is given to me. So this data is there. So what I do is you can say have started new share, and this new share is this file. So this is my SPSS file. This is the data I've got, and these are the values I've put from the file, and then I'm putting the variables. I come to variable view. So variable view 1 is gender, this I know, and I'll call it gender of students, and then I know that values are there. 1, I suppose we all know, is boys. So I added. 2 is girls. I again add it, add, and then do OK. And we know it's more of a nominal scale, a categorical variable is what we are seeing. Second is talking about the kicking method of the football. So this is method. So see, kicking method we are using. So this is given to us, and we know one is the toe method. So it's the toe method. Okay, and two is heel method. Heel method add. Okay, it's basically nominal scale. So here we go. And then we need to look at, you can say what these variables 3, 4, and 5 actually are. And experience, distance, and accuracy, these are the variables which we have got. So what I'll do is I'll be just, you can say, talking on those variables right now. So I'll be putting up the things there. So I'm moving to the things now. So I'll be just confirming whether the screen is being shared or not. So let me see, let me check if I'm sharing the right screen with you. And so here it is. So we have the experience, distance, and accuracy. So I'm talking of experience, then distance, and then accuracy. Okay, I've done some mistake, you can say. So distance and accuracy. So these are things. So these are the things. So I'll not do much. I'll just copy them and make them as my label also. Now this since this is already, you can say, given to me, so I'll not try to, you can say, give values, because there's no meaning to values, because the values are already known to us, and these values signifying how, to what level, you can say, they feel about experience, the distance they've hit the ball, and how accurate they are. So all these things we've done. So if you look at the data view, this is how the things are actually coming up. Now I'll just try to go for a new share just to understand the question, and the question is given here. So I'm sharing the question with you now. Now, if you look at the question first, report the frequencies for gender and methods. So we have to find out the frequencies for gender and method. So let's come back to the SPSS file, sharing the SPSS file. So we have to find the frequencies for gender and method. We go to analyze, we go to descriptive, and here the frequency comes. Now the frequency is talking about gender and kicking method. So I, you can say, am selecting the two. So shift and the bottom arrow. So here it goes. And both these methods have been placed here. So I'm trying to find out only, you can say, the mean and standard deviation for each one of them. So sorry, I'm not to find out them. So it's just talking about, so nothing is required. I'm not keen to, you can say, do anything right now. So I'll just have selected it, and here it goes. So I've got, you can say, gender. So we have got 8 students, and all 8 have been selected. Taking method, all 8 have been selected. Now boys, 4 boys and 4 girls. So 50% boys, 50% girls. So that is what the valid percent is coming to. And second thing, if I look at, we are talking about, you can say, the kicking method, toe method, 4 people applied toe method, 4 people applied heel method. So again, you can see the percentage is 50 each. So here we have calculated the frequency table for gender and kicking method. Let's move to the question again and see if we have done it correctly. So we have to, you can say, we have to find out, report the frequencies for gender and method. So we have reported it. So A part we have done. Now coming to B part, report the mean and standard deviation for experience, distance, and accuracy for the entire sample. So we have to find out the mean, standard deviation, and mean and standard deviation for experience, distance, and accuracy. Now what we do is we need to again, you can say, move to the new share, and here the file is. We are sharing the file. Now we are going for analysis. We are going for descriptives now. And here again, I'm moving to something called descriptives. Now I have to find out experience, distance and accuracy, and I have to find out the mean and standard deviation of the both of them. So here I go. So I've got standard deviation, mean I've selected. This I'm leaving out. So I've got mean and standard deviation only. I'll go for continue. I'll go for OK. And here we are getting the answer. So answer, friends, I've got experience. So 8 people are there. N is 8, number of people, 8. Mean is 4.6 something, and standard deviation is 2.61. Similarly for distance, all 8 people have been selected. Mean is 38 something, and standard deviation is 7.1. Accuracy again, all 8 have been selected, and we have got, you can say, the mean of 5.75 and a standard deviation of 1.83. So this is the answer we've got. So we have answered question number B part also of the question. Now coming to, you can say, again the question, looking at the C part now. Report the mean and standard deviation for experience, distance, and accuracy separately for boys and girls. Which group has higher mean on each of the 3 variables? Which group has a larger standard deviation? So I've got boys and girls. I have to find out the experience, distance, and accuracy for both boys and girls separately. So what I do is, I again move back to my screen. You can say, I'm going to the file I've created, and I'm going to analyze right now. I'll go for something called compare means. So this is a step I'm doing. Then coming to something called means. Now here I've got, so gender is independent. So I place gender as independent variable, and on there you can say performance is dependent on the performance of gender, their kicking or distance, or maybe their experience of you can say experience of how they kick, distance they are able to shoot, and accuracy of shooting is being talked about. So this is what I've done. I just click on OK, and here the answer comes. So the case processing summary is already mentioned there, and that we have got. So let's leave this case processing, because we have got 100%, you can say, response for each one of them. So that's there. Experience, distance, and accuracy, all answers were there. So data was already there. Now if I'm talking of, you can say, boys, the mean for, you can say, boys as far as experience is concerned is 5.55, whereas for girls it is 3.75. So boys have got a better experience if you look at than girls. And if you look at standard deviation, maybe 2.88 and 2.36. So percentage wise, I suppose it is almost the same for boys and girls. But then definitely one thing we can say, that experience for boys have been much better in case of, you can say, kicking the ball than for girls. Similarly, if you look at the distance, boys have been able to hit a ball for about 42 meters and above, whereas girls for 35 meters and above. So maybe you can say there's a difference here as far as distance is concerned for boys and girls, and standard deviation for boys is 6.45, for girls it is 6.39. So maybe you can say again the percentage of you can say standard deviation is almost same for boys and girls. Now accuracy of boys is 6 something, exactly 6 rather, with a standard deviation of 2.1, whereas for girls it is 5.5 with a standard deviation of 1.73. So this is how the things are. So we can definitely say boys have got better experience, higher distance they have been able to shoot, and then maybe you can say the accuracy is also a bit higher as compared to girls. So data is there for boys and girls, and we have got the data. And if you want to find out the average of all 8 participants without taking into consideration boys and girls, then 4.6 is the mean for experience, 38.87 is mean for, you can say, distance, and accuracy it is 5.75. Similarly, we have got the standard deviation of 2.61, 7.1, and 1.83 for experience, distance, and accuracy for all 8 people, or 8 students to call it. So that is part C we have done. Again, moving back to the question now. So we are moving to, you can say, the D part now. Report the mean and standard deviation for experience, distance, and accuracy separately for toe kicking and heel kicking. Now here we have got the same question as in case of C. Rather than gender being taken as an independent variable, we are now taking method or kicking method as a means to, you can say, categorize the data. So you have the things. So I'll just move to the question again, sorry, the SPSS file again. And here we go. This is how I'm sharing it. So this is what the share is. So it's coming here. What I do is I come to analyze, I come to compare means, and then again to means. So look at the point I'm going. Okay, and then I'll go for something called reset because I've just done the same test for gender. Now I'll be doing for kicking method, so I need to reset the data. So kicking method is independent, and on it are dependent your experience, your distance, and accuracy. So I'll be putting these values as dependent, going for OK, and here you have the answer. Case summary is already there for you. So all 8 people have answered for all the 3, you can say, experience, distance, and method. So it's 100% cases have been included. Nothing has been excluded. So that's there. Now coming to the kicking method, toe method. Experience for toe method is 5 something, the mean. For heel method is 4.25. This means experience while people are hitting with their toe is better as compared to heel method. Similarly, when it comes to distance hit when it comes to toe method is 44 something, almost 40, or exactly 44 rather, whereas for heel it is 33.75. And if you look at, you can say accuracy is very low, 4.5 in case of toe method as compared to heel method, which is exactly 7. So heel method may be less as far as experience is concerned or distance is concerned, but as far as accuracy is concerned, it is more accurate. Standard deviation correspondingly, you can see that toe method will find the standard deviation is quite low, but in case of heel method, the standard deviation is high. This means that there is more fluctuations or variant, you can say, differences among these 8 students when it comes to, you can say, their experience about heel method. There are more people, there's more difference in terms of, you can say, more people, some people feeling quite better, some people not feeling it so better, or the experience being quite variant. Similarly, if you look at, you can say, distance traveled, it's 5.05, whereas for, you can say, toe method it is 4.69. So roughly you can say people have got the same distance being shot when it comes to toe method as compared to heel method. And if you look at the accuracy part, I would say that if you look at the standard deviation and percentage standard deviation to the mean in both the cases for toe method and heel method, 1.29 and 1.41 respectively doesn't say much. And if you look at the mean for total values, it comes to 4.6, 38.87, and 5.75. So this is what we are getting. And standard deviation again we have got for all the 3 values. So you can look at the slide and look at the data. So we have got how to, you can say, look at the categories in case of the method applied for kicking, toe and heel method which they have applied, and see to it that, okay, fine, what experience they actually have, what distance they have shot, and how much accuracy it has been to. So this thing we are finding from this particular chart, slide rather here. And the same test we have done for 2 things. We have done it for gender also, and we have done it for kicking method too. Now coming to the last question we are coming up, and for that, before that, I'll just be sharing the question before you all. This is where the question is. Let's look at the question. Now here again they are saying report the mean standard deviation for experience, distance, and accuracy for gender layered by method. Okay, we have got gender also and method also simultaneously, and we have got the 4 conditions are now coming up, and which has the lowest mean experience and accuracy scores, and which has the highest mean kicking distance. So all this thing will be known. So let's what? Let's come to new share. Let's come to, you can say, our, you can say, file, SPSS file. Now here the SPSS file is. I'm going to analyze. I'm going to, you can say, compare means. I'm going to means. Clicking on means. The first thing is reset. I'm going for reset, because the moment I reset, the data becomes the same. Okay, so what I do is I'm trying to, you can say, I'm trying to, you can say, come up with things now. So we have got, you can say, gender as layer 1. Next layer will be, you can say, your kicking method. Done. I don't know why it's not picking up things. So it went there, fine. So 2, you can say, layers we've got, and then dependent I've got. So this is, you can say, where gender has been layered by kicking method. So we have got gender also and kicking also. And let's see how the data comes. We click on the things, and if you look at the things, you have the answer coming up now. So we have got, you can say, experience, gender, and then kicking method. Then distance, gender, and kicking method. Accuracy, gender, and kicking method. And since all 8 data have been included, 8 responses have been included, it becomes 100% data included here. Now let's come to the things now. Now we have got, you can say, 4 methods coming up here. Boys toe, boys heel. Girls toe, girls heel. So we have got, you can say, the experience, distance, and accuracy for boys using toe method, boys using heel method, and the total for boys only. So this total of boys we already got when we did for gender. Okay, and this is, you can say, boys using heel method, boys using toe method. So there, this is what we have got. So if you look here, as far as toe method is concerned, experience is concerned, experience is same for boys and girls, whether we are going for toe method or heel method. Distance is quite largely different. For boys going for, you can say, toe method, they have 47 something as the answer, whereas for heel method it is 37 something. So it's about 10 meters differences there. And as far as accuracy is concerned, accuracy for toe method is 4.5, for heel method is 7.5. So that's again difference. Now coming to girls here, we have got for 4.5 for, you can say, girls when it comes to toe method, only 3 when it comes to heel method as an experience, 40 something, you can say, for girls using, you can say, toe method, and 30 something when they are using heel method. And maybe you can say accuracy for girls is 4.5 when it comes to, you can say, toe method, and it's 6.5 when it comes to heel method. And this is the average for girls, whether they are using toe method or heel method is what the average for girls. And this is, you can say, average for toe method for boys and girls. This is average for heel method for boys and girls. And then maybe you can say you have got the total for all values, whether it is toe or heel, whether it is boys or girls. This is the actual average of all the 8 responses. Now, the question says that you need to find out a lot many things in terms of which is the higher value, which is lower value when it comes to 4 categories of toe boys, toe girls, heel boys, heel girls. And then these answers you can actually find by looking at the slide itself. So I would request you to go through this particular, you can say, video twice or thrice, revise it, try to understand how the question has been done, and maybe you can say it can be a good learning for us. And definitely I would like you to, you can say, answer, you can say, the exercises 2 and 3 which I am submitting to you. Thank you then. It was nice talking to you. Thank you.